back to Bochiknot and Bochiknot.com. My name is Nicole. So for those of you who don't know, in this channel you will find everything you need to know to begin macrame, whether you are looking to do it as a hobby or you want to get to a more advanced level so that you can create your own designs. You'll find everything macrame right here. So today's tutorial we'll be making part 1 of a 2-part macrame lantern series. I'll give you guys the option of either just making the smaller lantern, which is just in today's tutorial, or you can make the macrame expansion lantern, which will be in my next week's tutorial. So the smaller lantern, of course, requires less rope and only one ring that you have to use. In next week's expansion tutorial, you'll need to add a bigger ring to the piece, as well as you'll need to start off with more rope. So you'll need to decide from the get-go if you're going to make the bigger one or the smaller one. So I'll give you guys the option and I'll leave that up to you to decide. I think macrame lanterns are great because they're versatile. You can use them as a lampshade or cute nursery decor, or just in general chic decor that you can hang from the ceiling. If you guys like the materials that I've used in the video, be sure to check out the links in the description of the video below. As always, if you guys have any questions on macrame or have any comments on my tutorials or anything you want to see more of, be sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below. With that, let's begin.
Starting off with a 16 centimeter diameter ring, take the 8 cords that are 100 centimeters long each, take 2 of them, fold them in half, and put them onto the ring using a lampshade knot. Once that is done, start making a square knot chain until you've made about 8 square knots.
When you came and took it all, my mind says stop, but my heart is screaming out. Don't go, just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. How can I love you when you're not around? How can I let you let me down, down, down? How can I long for you feeling so small? Love should be everything or not at all.
Now make 3 more of these using the remaining 6 cords onto the ring.
My mind says stop, but my heart is screaming out. Don't go, just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave, no stay with me. I'm incomplete. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up.
Once you've made all 4, we're going to gather them in the middle and cut off the excess cords. Then we're going to tie a gathering knot at the top, and this is going to form the handle of the lantern. the ends and holding them with one hand, take that 60 centimeter long cord and make a gathering knot. Just wanted to let you guys know that if at any time the tutorial runs by the knots too quickly, all these knots are in my 50 knot tutorial, which I've put a link at the top of the video right here.
I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight. Ooh, show me your soul, baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul, can't you see it's way past time? How explicit do I have to be? And then I spell it out.
Once you've made the gathering knot, you can trim the excess cords at the top more and comb them through to give them a bit more fluff. Now, taking the 40 strands of 300 centimeter or 200 centimeter long cords, depending on which option you chose, place them each onto the ring using a lark's head knot. And because the ring is now divided by 4 sections, place 10 cords onto each section.
All emotion here today, baby, here I go. Boy, I'm thinking about taking this banner down. If you don't take notice and come around, if you walk right past me one more time like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight. Whoa, show me your soul, baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul, it is way, 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 way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby, baby? Your soul, and I will show you mine. Show me your soul, it's way past time, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul, baby, I'll show you. Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you mine.
Say it again, say it again. You're saying you're sorry, so say it.
Once that is done and you've placed all the cords onto the ring, we'll work with each section at a time and we'll start to make a row of berry knots, 5 on each section. You'll see I opted to use only 2 square knots in my berry knots instead of the usual 3, and that's because I wanted to make smaller berries instead. It's up to you if you want to make berries that are slightly bigger and protrude a little bit more. You can add another square knot to your berries.
Your time is up. Damage done and now it's stuck. Yeah. 'Cause it's too late. You roll the dice and now you have to pay the price. Yeah. I'm in a better place now. I'm not gonna worry. No, I'm not even sorry. You're gonna be the lonely one. I'm in a better place now. I'm not gonna worry. No, I'm not even sorry. You're gonna be the lonely one.
Once you finish making all the berry knots, we're gonna start to connect the lantern. So, meaning we're gonna start connecting the 4 sections together. In between 2 sections, connect them with a square knot. Then continue adding square knots beside it all the way back around.
It's not hard to fool me, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, lead the way, I follow, no need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh, susceptible now, before the moment flies. It's not a problem, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yeah, and nothing can stop me, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow, no need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Yeah. See me now, why don't you hear me out? Can't you see what we're about? I see you at my door.
Once you've completed a whole row of square knots right underneath the berry knots, we'll continue with some alternating square knots. So starting in between 2 sections, add 2 square knots underneath the middle square knot between the section, and then add 1 more square knot underneath that so that it forms a V.
Watch. Guess I'm not into you that much. So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of, and
To add on to the square knot V shape that we just made, we're gonna make another square knot underneath the second berry knot of every section. So it should be the 3rd row of square knots that you're working on. And then continue working downwards and diagonally towards the center. Once you've done that with the right side, continue on with the left side, starting with a square knot underneath the 4th berry knot and continue it diagonally to the right.
can think about you playing me good, there's no doubt, but you're the one that's missing out.
Once you finish this one section, do the same with the remaining 3 sections.
Make them dictate my life. So baby, if you get issues, yeah, don't you take them out of me. Honey, I think we lost the touch. Guess I'm not into you that much. Ooh. So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of, and I lose my.
Once all the V-shape square knot sections are done, we will close off those sections with a row of double half hitch knots. So starting with the furthest right cord of each section, use that as the anchor cord and make a row of double half hitch knots meeting in the center. Then do the same thing on the left.
Take my life. So baby, if you get issues, don't you take them out of me. Honey, I think we lost the touch. Guess I'm not into you that
I will never leave you in the pouring rain. And no matter what we go through, love will still remain. So do what you want, baby. You and me in the sun. Know that I still be here when the day is done. So come a little bit closer, and I'll tell you what I feel inside. You know I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait.
Repeat this 3 more times on the remaining square knot sections. In this next step, we're going to make some reverse clove hitches. So the easiest way to do this, if you're used to making regular clove hitches, is to turn the lantern inside out and work from the inside. They're essentially what you see behind regular clove hitches.
The last piece of the puzzle, I'm finally at ease. So when times are rough,
Starting in between 2 sections and using the inner cord on the left side, use that as the anchor cord for a row of double half hitch knots down to the right, and then do the same thing down to the left, leaving about a centimeter of space from the last set of clove hitches from above. If you're just starting out with macrame, this may be the easiest way to make these reverse clove hitches, or if you want to try doing the reverse clove hitches by facing the front, I will show you later in this tutorial how that is done. Once you have done this on the right and the left side here, you'll continue and do the same on all the other sides, and making sure you connect the bottom of the V with one more double half hitch knot.
I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait on you. You know I'm gonna wait on you. And the wait that's on your different kind of sad.
Once you turn it back around, you can see that you have now made reverse clove hitches.
Now we're stuck in this waitlist, and the end is getting near.
Starting in between two sections again, we will make one big square knot. We will gather the first 8 cords starting in the middle on each side, and those will be in the middle of the square knot. The 9th cord on each side will be used as the working cords. Once you have made the square knot, separate the strands in half so that there are 9 strands on the left and 9 strands on the right. And you can either turn the lantern inside out and do the clove hitches from the inside, or I will show you guys now how to do it from the front. Taking the anchor cord like you would in a regular clove hitch, use the working cords and bring it on top and under and through like I've shown you here, which is opposite of what you would do in a regular clove hitch.
And I've been moving on, and you've been moving on. Oh, we're breaking up in pieces on this merry-go-round. Oh, it's not a pleasant sight. We got nowhere to hide. Ooh, got any final wishes? I've already made mine. Ooh, best of luck, I see you on the other side. It's a different kind of lonely, it's a different kind of sad. 'Cause we got no more if only, and we stopped feeling bad. So we're moving on. Yeah, we're moving on. Yeah, we're moving on. Yeah, we're moving on. I'm waiting at the doorstep, I'm finally home. I've been gone for too long. Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio's playing our song. And then you stood there smiling at me as so many times before. I'll never wanna be away, leave you again. You are all I want and more. It's true.
Once you have done that, do this 3 more times on the remaining sections.
So many times that I have cried.
So right under the reverse clove hitches you just made, make a row of regular clove hitches, so a row of double half hitch knots down diagonally, meeting in the middle to close off the diamond.
You to say you love me back. Yes, I fell in love with you and tried my best to make you love me. And now that you say you want me, oh, my answer's no. Yes, I fell in love with you and tried my best to make you love me. And now that you say you want me, oh, my answer's no.
Once you have done all the clove hitches, we're going to connect the diamonds with a square knot diamond. So in between 2 sections, start off by adding a square knot in between, connecting them both. Once you've done that, then add a row of 2 square knots underneath that square knot, and then add 1 more underneath that. What I've done here is I've went around and added square knots in between the section first, and then I've added the 3 square knots after that.
You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August.
Once you've added all those square knot diamonds 4 times, we're going to make another square knot diamond underneath the big diamond. So starting at the bottom of 1 diamond, make a square knot, and then add 2 alternating square knots beneath that, and then 1 more beneath that. Do this under the remaining 3 diamonds as well. Once that is all done, you have completed part 1 of the macrame lantern tutorial. Stay tuned next week for the expansion lantern, where we will turn this smaller lantern into a bigger one. See you guys next time.